Hi guys, welcome to my first ever readathon. We have Mr. Stinkerbutt in here. He's really itching to get out. I promise we'll be there in just 1 second. We're gonna go for a walk. I promised Rascal a long walk since we're gonna be inside reading all day. My sweet, wonderful, amazing husband is actually out of town this weekend, which is why I was like, this is the perfect weekend to do this readathon. But also for my birthday, he made me an audiobook. So I can listen to that on our walk and get some reading time off. So I think we're gonna do like 30 minutes to an hour. Hi again. We are home. He has settled down from his 30-ish minute walk, but is this lighting just god awful? Hi, hello, welcome to this video. I can give you a more in-depth explanation now. So John is on his annual boys camping trip. They're in Wyoming camping right now. So I have some time to myself. I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to do this readathon. Also, I go back to school in the middle of August. I know I'm not gonna have as much time to read for fun. So this will be a good way to get some progress done on my TBR. I'm also gonna be doing a movie marathon. So my plan was to start today and I was gonna do 12 hours. So I wanted to get a much earlier start. I was like planning to do like 8 to 8, but it's currently 10:30 and I'm nowhere close to starting. I did get 30 minutes of progress done. You can see I have my timer here. So I got 30 minutes of reading done, but yeah, we have a ways to go. So it might turn into like a 3-day, 24-hour readathon because I'm just gonna keep a 24-hour clock running when I'm reading, but obviously I'll pause it when I'm doing something like sleeping or if I'm not reading. But that's why having the audiobook is great, because I can still keep the clock running if I'm showering but I'm listening to it, or doing dishes while I'm listening to it, you know. But once we go inside, I will show you my plan of the books I want to read. I went to Half Price Books yesterday and spent $75, but I got, I think, like 6 or 7 books. I don't think I'll be able to read all of them, but I will show you what we're working with. So yeah, I'm currently reading Assassin's Blade. I've already read it, but for my birthday, Jonathan made me that audiobook and I will reread that series anytime. And then the physical book I'm reading right now is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. She writes the best historical fiction I've ever read. This one is set in like the 1920s to 1940s. So we got the Roaring Twenties, the Great Depression, Dust Bowl, all the things. My sister's actually on her way over. She wants to borrow clothes, but then after that, I'm gonna shower. He's so cute. I'm really excited about this. So yeah, thanks for watching and joining me.
This foundation, and she breathes it in the smell of bread, sausage,
This is what we have on the timer: 22 hours, 31 minutes, and 6 seconds. So I've been reading for like an hour and a half, and now I'm ready to start physically reading. I wanted to show you guys my haul from the bookstore yesterday. I'm also gonna do a movie marathon. It's Saturday right now, so Monday and Tuesday I want to do a movie marathon. I'm in part doing this because John's gone, so it gives me something to do, but also because I start school doing these things that I enjoy right now. It's like me making my summer break all in 1 week, if that makes any sense. So I want to watch the Avatar movies since the new Fire and Ash trailer came out. I love Avatar, like love, love, love. And I didn't grow up watching it when the second one came out in 2022. I'd never seen it, and neither had John, so we watched it together and I became addicted. It's very up my alley. Like, I'm into all that stuff. Marvel movies, fantasy, all of those things are my vibe. I'm also trying to collect more physical media. We have an Xbox, so it has a DVD player, and we need to buy a TV stand because when we do, I'm gonna go to my mom's house. She still has like all of our DVDs from our childhood, so I'll have a lot of movies. I just think streaming services have become such a scam because there's a bajillion and you need all of them to be able to watch everything you want, and I don't want to pay for them. It's a scam, so I just want to start collecting physical media because I think it's an art that's dying, and that makes me sad. And also I waste so much money on streaming services and then I have to go pay to rent a movie. So anyway, got Avatar, literally a brand new one, has never been opened. $4. Obviously they don't have the second Avatar on DVD because at Half Price Books you're just buying people's things and no one buys them anymore, so I'm just gonna have to order that one. But I also got Steel Magnolias, so I want to watch both Avatar movies, Steel Magnolias and Fried Green Tomatoes, but at least I have a physical copy of these two. And then for books, I got Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is like an enemies to lovers sci-fi fantasy situation, and it's been on my TBR for probably 4 or 5 years, and I saw it $9 for a hardback. It has like a 4.16 rating on Goodreads, so I thought, let's pick it up. And then I have become addicted to Abby Jimenez's writing. I love her, and I'm like doing it out of order, not purposely. The first book I read was Just for the Summer, which is her newest book, and I read that because I saw a video saying that book changed their life, and I was like, okay, I'll just give it a shot. And the romance novels, but they're so much deeper than that. Her storylines and her characters are just so incredible, and I immediately became addicted. So then I went to Target and I saw another one of her books, which is Yours Truly, which was like her second book. Loved that one. I just finished it a few days ago and I never wanted to put it down. It was so amazing. So this was her first book, Part of Your World, and like when you read her stories, she has overlapping characters throughout them, so I'm just like going backwards in order, but I'm super excited to read this. I think I'm gonna read this in the readathon. Okay, also obsessed with Kristen Hanna. This is my current physical copy that I'm reading for my readathon. I've read The Nightingale and The Women, loved both of them. So far I love this. I'm only 30 pages in, but I think, well, I'll finish this today for the readathon. But I also got this one, The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. It's set in Alaska before it was like actually livable. So they're like pioneers in the Alaskan frontier. It also deals with like the dad has PTSD from the war and just, I don't know. Her books are just fantastic. So I'm excited to read this. Don't think I'll read this for the readathon because she's a thick one, but we'll see. Okay, then I got Wicked. I was never like a Wicked girl. Not that I didn't like it, I just didn't watch it. I watched the new one with Ariana Grande. Thought it was so interesting. All of the lore is so fascinating to me, but I've never read the book, so I thought I would give that a read at some point. And then everyone is on the Carly Fortune fan page right now, so I was like, okay, let me see if it's worth the hype. So I got One Golden Summer, which I might read this one on the readathon too, because it just looks like a fast, easy read. Then I'm like, ugh, is that like so much romance? We'll see. And then Six of Crows. I don't like this cover, but it's what they had and it was $6. So I actually read Six of Crows. I want to say like 50 to 75% of it in 2020. That was like my introduction to fantasy. I read ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, and then I started Six of Crows, and I just did not like it. And so I DNF'd it. And now I'm on Book Talk, and all of my book talkers that I follow are reading this, and I feel left out. So I got myself a copy, and I'm gonna give her a second chance. This is a young adult sci-fi book. As far as what I want to read in the readathon, you know, I'm honestly not sure. I do have a couple books here that I haven't read yet either. I think I have 3 books. The Poisonwood Bible, which I just also have been so intimidated to start. I've had that book for years and I just let it sit on my shelf because for some reason I don't want to start it. I don't know. It's great reviews. The Covenant of Water, which was like a 2023 Oprah's Book of the Year. My mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas last year, and I want to read that too, but I'm also intimidated because it's 700 pages. So I think that would take up literally like 12 hours of the readathon. So not really worth it, because another reason I'm doing this is to like cut down my TBR, because I know when school starts I won't be able to read as much. And then I just stole this book from my mom's bookshelf. It's The Newcomer by Mary Kay Andrews, which is like a mystery. So like maybe I'll read that to split things up, Guys, I don't know. I honestly don't really have a plan for what we're gonna read. All I know right now is I'm gonna finish this, listen to the audiobook, and pick my second book after I finish this one. Let's finally get reading. This is the setup. I have my laptop timer set up. This is the ambiance I chose. It's like summer camping campfire. And this is gonna be my spot. Or over there. I haven't decided yet. We're on 20 hours and 24 minutes left. So it's been about 3.5 hours of reading. I'm 137 pages in to the Four Winds. I'm on chapter 12. And then I'm on part 2 of Assassin's Blade. All I can say about this book so far is thank you, Rose, for being in here, because all the other characters right now are like... I took probably like a 20-minute break just a bit ago because my husband called me. He didn't have service there for a while, so I stopped and talked with him for a little bit. He's in Wyoming, but they're going to Colorado because it's like too cold in Wyoming. They didn't pack good enough. But I probably need to cook dinner here soon. I think maybe around 6 or 6:30 I'm gonna make soup and I'll listen to the audiobook. So I'll see how much more reading I can get done here in that next hour and a half. How many pages is this book? This book is 448 pages, so a little over 300 pages to go. My goal is to at least finish this book by today, and tomorrow we'll get after it more. Okay, 18 hours and 43 minutes left. I'm pausing it to eat my dinner so I can chat to you guys. This is just a ground beef bowl. I was gonna make this soup tonight, but I realized that I needed white wine for it and I don't have that and I'm too lazy to go out. So that can be for tomorrow. I'm at the part in Assassin's Blade where she's met Irene, or however you want to pronounce that. What Sarah ends up doing in that series with this part of the story I love. And then, like I said, I'm a little over halfway through this one. Why is it depressing? I mean, I know her books are usually depressing, but I'm kind of wondering, like, should I even read this all in one sitting? Should I just pause now that I'm halfway through and start a new book? Part of me kind of wants to. I'm like, this is real depressing. Ugh, what do I do? If I start one of these books, I could probably finish it tonight and then finish this half tomorrow, or I could keep reading this and just finish this book tonight. Decisions. I don't know. I'm gonna keep eating and consider it while I listen to my audiobook. It's 7:48. I did opt to come sit outside while the sun sets, and I am starting Part of Your World. I'm excited. I hope I like this one. At some point, I want to go get some ice cream, but it's so nice. The weather's amazing. It's like 82 degrees right now, but there's a breeze and it's shaded. It's just wonderful. The only thing that's a little sucky is that these chairs are not the most comfortable. We never got cushions, and usually when I get uncomfortable I just use one of our lawn chairs, but my husband is camping, so he has the lawn chairs, so not sure how long I can tough it out here, but it's so peaceful, so I hope a while. And it's good for Rascal to have some time out and about when it's not 100 degrees during the day. Hi from this ominous lighting. It's 9 p.m. The sun's gone, so I've moved inside. I'm about 100 pages into this book, which is good. I definitely am reading this at a much faster pace than my other book, just because it's a lot more of a lighthearted topic, so it takes me less time to read. Compared to her other 2 books I've read, Just for the Summer and Yours Truly, I'm not as enthralled by this one yet, but I'm only 90 pages in, so I could be changed. But yeah, so far it's good, but not as good as the other two in my opinion. There was a frog outside and I had to save it from Rascal. So that was a fun little surprise. But now that I've moved inside, I've changed it to some nighttime ambiance. The vibes are high. Lit a candle, have my little sidekick over there. Let's continue. Readathon is finished. 14 hours left on the clock, but I'm definitely gonna finish that Kristen Hannah book today too. I am glad I switched courses and went for something a little more lighthearted. I'm gonna give this a 3.75 stars out of 5. This was definitely not her best book, in my opinion. It was good, but I don't know. I didn't like the whole like magic plot, side plot thing. I just thought that was cheesy every time. I was like, and some of it, I don't know, like I just feel like her other stories seem more realistic and more natural, and this one didn't have that for me. It was still good and definitely enjoyable, but compared to her other two, I didn't like it as much. I didn't think it was as funny either. Loved Daniel. He was great. All the other characters, I was kind of like, but now I definitely see all, like, so many characters from this book, which was her first one. I see all of the relations in the other two books of hers that I've read, which I love when books are like standalone, but the characters are connected, you know? So I think that's cool. But yeah, I just started my morning. It's 10:18. I just wanted to finish that before I get up and do things. I need to like clean, gotta change the sheets, gotta change the laundry, have dishes, and I also wanted to make orange scones this morning. And I'm going to do all of that while listening to my audiobook in the background so that I can knock some time down off my timer. It's now 12:30. I have 13 hours left on my timer. I'm about to go make some orange scones. I didn't realize the recipe called for frozen butter. I put the butter in the freezer, but I don't know if it's frozen, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna make them, even if it's not frozen. So I'm gonna do that while I listen to my audiobook. Realistically, I'm not gonna finish my readathon today because if I were to just read for the next 13 hours and 20 minutes left, it would be 1:30 and I need to get up early tomorrow. I know I said this yesterday, but I really am getting up early tomorrow. So my plan is to hopefully get 9 to 10 hours done today. And then I'll just carry it into Monday and do the remainder of the time left. Between reading Assassin's Blade on the audiobook and this, I'm probably gonna finish, I'm definitely gonna finish this today. And then how much time do I have left on my audiobook? I have 5 hours left on my audiobook. So I'll like almost finish that. I'll definitely finish this, and then I'm gonna start a third book, a physical copy, but I'm not sure which one yet. Anyway, let's make some orange maple scones. good. Actually really easy to make. And the glaze, oh my gosh, so good. That is amazing. So yummy. It's been about an hour. I have 12 hours and 24 minutes left on my timer. I'm actually gonna switch and start reading this book now while I eat. Hi, it's been a few hours. It's actually 4 p.m. right now. We're almost to less than 11 hours. I have not been able to get a lot of reading done today. I had to take a quick break because I needed to go to Walgreens, change out of my PJs, not into a cute outfit, but I needed to pick up some prescriptions and I needed to grab wine for the dinner I'm making tonight. I'm gonna make white cheddar bisque. But I am gonna just sit here and read maybe for another hour. Then I need to clean up my dishes from making the scones and make some dinner, and then I'm just gonna read outside again, drink the rest of this. I love wine. It's probably actually not a good idea. I have a headache and I gotta get up early, so maybe we'll see. I'll probably have at least one glass just outside with my little book. Pages left. Why am I not loving this book either? Maybe it's reading everything so close together. I don't know. With the Part of Your World book, I don't think that's the case because her other 2 books I also read in 2 days. But with this one, I just feel like, oh my gosh, it's so depressing. They can never catch a break. Things just get worse and worse and worse. And part of me is like, I feel like I can feel the devastation and we could have cut 20, 30 pages out of each of these different sections. I've read her other books. They're not less devastating, you know? And maybe I just found it more digestible because I wasn't reading it all at once. I don't know. I do have a headache right now, but I'm gonna go cook dinner and drink some water and hope to feel better and finish this book. White cheddar bisque for dinner. That was delicious. And I have leftovers. That recipe and the scones are both from the Magnolia Table Cookbook. I have been loving that cookbook. I use a recipe from it at least once a week. But also that means if you want to make those, you can find the full recipe if you just look up Magnolia Table, white cheddar bisque, whatever. But it's so easy to make the stuff in that book. And it's so good. I need to clean up. The house is so messy. Need to switch the laundry, do the dishes, and then we're gonna go outside and read. Hopefully we can get an hour of outside reading time. Yeah, it's 7:12, so I should be done cleaning up in like 30 minutes and we'll have time outside. But I'm gonna listen to my audiobook. We're finally down to the single digits. That feels nice. Definitely need to prep more the next time I plan to do one of these. I got screwed up by going out the night before I started this because really I needed to like wake up early and be like, okay, I'm gonna start right at 8. But that just didn't happen, but that's okay. If I ever do another one of these, I'll be more prepared. Also, I have such a bad crick in my neck that I started getting yesterday night from reading in the same position. Back outside. I love being out here. It is so nice. The house is clean, which is also nice. I'm sorry, our air conditioner is so loud. The only thing that's not nice is there's a bajillion flies for some reason. This wasn't an issue yesterday. Last 100 pages, we got this. I'm finishing off the rest of my Chardonnay. Let's dive in, shall we? Also, I do have pants on. They're just shorts, so you can't really tell. getting kind of dark and hard to see, so I'm gonna move this party inside. But look how beautiful this night is. It's 10 p.m. Less than 50 pages left of this book, and the more I read it, the more I dislike it. I think this is honestly gonna be 2 stars for me. Ugh, this is not going well, this readathon, but yeah, this book is just not it. I don't know if it's because I'm an Okie or because my great-grandmother has a very similar story and I just like get so angry about it, but I think the real issue is that it's just so devastating. It's like, what's the point of me even reading this? I feel like other Kristen Hanna books, they're so devastating too, but not the entire time. And I've already said this, but like, there's just so much in here that is so, like, I don't know. Anyway, I am gonna finish this. I just finished. That ending did get me because I am a mom's girl. I love my mom so much. So that ending was a bit of a tearjerker for me. But I'm still not sure that I can rate this book highly. There are so many things that were good about the book. Liked Jack, loved Loretta, loved the theme of motherhood. She just writes strong women so well, but I just can't get past the devastation. So I don't know what I would give that. Maybe a 2.75. Dang, I did not do as much reading today as I should have. I still have 7.5 hours left on the clock. It's 10:30 though, and I want to go to bed by like midnight. So I think what I'm gonna do is throw on my audiobook and do my chores before I go to bed. I have some laundry to fold, gotta do my skincare, let this guy go potty and give him his biscuit. So I'm just gonna do all of that while listening to my audiobook. And okay, don't freak me out. I'm home alone, so please don't do that. Hey. Yeah, let's start getting ready for bed. Good morning. I know, buddy. It's 10 a.m. We're at the park. I took him to a new one today. This one's so pretty and it's covered in trees, but I'm gonna try to walk him for like 45 minutes and listen to my audiobook. I only have like an hour left in part 4, so about to finish that. But yeah, good morning, guys. Happy last day of the readathon. Hello again. Sorry, you're probably gonna hear a little robot vacuum in the background of this, but we just got home from our walk, which was amazing. That park is so beautiful. And I think I got 30 or 40 minutes of reading time in, but now I'm home and I wanna do some physical reading for 2 hours or so. So I'm gonna read Divine Rivals as my third book by Rebecca Ross. A lot of you guys on my little book haul on TikTok said you love this book, which I had been seeing some things on TikTok of like, someone give me a quote from this book that'll make me feel like it's worth finishing. So I have been getting mixed reviews on this. We shall see what I think. It's supposedly like an enemies to lovers. I can just read you the little synopsis. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again, but 18-year-old Iris Winnow just wants to hold her family together. Her mother is suffering from addiction and her brother is missing from the front lines. Her best bet is to win the columnist promotion at the Oath Gazette. To combat her worries, Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them beneath her wardrobe, where they vanish into the hands of Roman Kit, her cold and handsome rival at the paper. When he anonymously writes Iris back, the two of them forge a connection that will follow Iris all the way to the front lines of battle for her brother, the fate of mankind, and love. Divine Rivals is an epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope and heartbreak and the unparalleled power of love. So, let's dig in. I made myself an iced latte. 5.5 hours to go. I'm excited. I got this from Half Price Look. Someone had embossed it. Can you see? That's so cute. I have one of these. I just don't know where it is. Okay, I got 50 pages in and I had to take a little break because my eyes were falling asleep. Laying here on this couch while reading with this ambiance in the background is really bold of me because it makes me so sleepy. But 50 pages in and I am enjoying this change of pace from the books I've been reading so far, so I'm excited to keep on reading. I'm 71 pages into this book. Like I said, it's like an enemies to lovers type thing, but 70 pages in and they already don't seem very much like enemies anymore, which is fine, but it's reminding me of this series I read in high school that was a true enemies to lovers, probably the best enemies to lovers I've read. It's the Cruel Prince series. I loved that series so much. It's like a true enemies to lovers, and the strategy, the world building in that series is just so good. So I'd highly recommend that if you're into enemies to lovers tropes. But I have 4 hours left on my clock. I'm gonna keep reading. Hey guys, I am currently on page 200, so I have 150 pages left in this book. I have 2 hours left on my timer. I had to take a long break because I watched the Avatar movie and I went to dinner with my mom. So I've been reading since I got home. It is 10:30 though, but I really am gonna try to finish this book before I go to bed. The writing, like I'm reading this at a lot faster pace than the Kristen Hanna book, so I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I sat outside with Rascal and read for a little bit, and now it's dark, so we're inside.